Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to talk about leasing versus buying, and also want to talk about how much I pay for all my trucks. So right here we have a 2019 F-250 STX 430 gears crew cab. We are buying this truck. And right here we have our 2018 F-150 3.5 liter EcoBoost crew cab truck, and we are leasing this truck. And back there is my wife's truck, and we are leasing her truck as well. Some of the pros when it comes to leasing is obviously the price. $63,000 truck would cost double to purchase. And a lot of times guys who drive trucks like this, they want to have the newer truck, and they're not going to stick with it for 8 years, 6 years, whatever. And it doesn't make sense for them to buy it because they're going to trade it in anyway, or they're going to sell it. So at the end of the day, you're paying less money per month. And at the end of the day, you don't have to deal with selling. You don't have to deal with that whole process, finding a potential buyer, or dealing with taking a hit on the trade-in. So that is where it comes down to the benefits of leasing. Now, some of the cons would be you really can't go in and cutting the frame and things like that with lift kits. You are a little bit limited to modifications. So when it comes to modifications, you don't really want to mess around too much with tuning, and you're not going to take the time to do a full exhaust and things like that. So if you're the kind of guy that's not going to do that kind of stuff anyway, then leasing is probably a good option. My modifications have been pretty minimum. Only thing I've done is tinted windows, mud flaps, and that's pretty much it. But you know, if I wanted to do more just for, you know, YouTube purposes, I would. But the channel right now doesn't really earn exorbitant amounts of money to where I would purchase a vehicle and just do crazy stuff to it. Maybe that'll change in the future, but as of right now, I kind of like what I have, where I'm at. I'm not really into lifting trucks anyway. If I really wanted to lift a truck, I would just go for a Super Duty because they pretty much ride higher. And while lifted trucks are cool, I'm not really into anything that takes away any function. Anything that lowers the payload or lowers the towing. You go ahead and do a lift on a F-150, and F-150s are already incredibly limited when it comes to payload, and you're adding all this extra weight, you're raising up the height, and I'm just not a huge fan of it on 150s. I am a fan of the bigger ride height, but at the end of the day, you can just get a Super Duty if you really want to ride higher, and these don't really need lifts. You only need like a leveling kit. You pretty much like you're in a lifted truck with just a leveling kit. But pros would be price, obviously, and cons would be modifications if you're doing modifications. Also mileage, you got to watch your mileage. 12,000 miles a year is kind of standard, and I'm well under that, so that works out good. A good thing to also consider about mileage is sometimes you're way under. Like me, I'm under, but I get kind of close to the maximum. And if you think about it, if you're way under, leasing's kind of weird because you're paying for all these miles and you're not using so much. So the price on this truck is about $550 a month, and we put about $3,000 down when we got it. That's a lot of money, but keep in mind that purchasing this truck, being loaded pretty much with a good amount of features. The only thing it doesn't really have is like FX4, power running boards, and it doesn't have radar cruise control, but everything else pretty much it has. And buying this truck would cost thousands of dollars per month. I mean, this would be about $1,000 per month if we were to buy it, but we're leasing, so it's about $550 a month. And that's significant. So say 3-4 years I go and sell it, maybe I'll get some money back. I don't think you get a whole lot of money back on high trim level trucks. I think if you really want to go for resale, XLs, maybe XLTs are better as far as resale is concerned. But anyway, my wife's truck, also a lease. Great for her because she definitely doesn't do a whole lot of modifications. The only thing we'll probably do is mud flaps and tinted windows, and I don't have a problem doing mud flaps and giving them away to the next buyer, because for me, it just gives me peace of mind knowing that all that stuff's not getting kicked up on the truck all the time, and it's just easier for me to clean. So I feel like it's not a big deal for me to just go ahead and put mud flaps on a vehicle. We haven't put any on here yet, but before winter, definitely doing mud flaps, because I don't want all that stuff getting kicked up, and it just makes it easier for me to keep up with the cleaning of it. And but yeah, nice truck. The price on her truck, being a XLT with short bed, just a standard kind of truck you find on the lot. We just picked this up off the lot. This is about $350 a month, $350 a month, and I think we put down about $2,000 when we got it. One thing to also consider is custom ordering. You can still lease a truck if you custom order it, believe it or not. So I custom built this 150, the Lariat, and we just picked up her truck off of the lot. And the Super Duty, the 2019 F250, was also custom built. Now, the price on this truck, the one that we're purchasing, is about mid-50s. So, believe it or not, the Super Duty is cheaper than the 150 as far as the MSRP is concerned. But the payment is much higher. The payment is about $870 a month. And that's including the plow. So we just did everything in one. The plow added about $7,000 or so to the cost of the truck, which Ford Credit rolled all into one thing. We just did a custom order. We added custom. We did an STX with the mud flaps were added from Ford, which is a lot easier. I probably should have did that with the 150 actually, but because it's cheaper and easier just to add it built into the truck, and they're good flaps. We did mud flaps, we did a 430 gear, and we did a camera 360-degree camera package, which is really nice for plowing snow. So that's pretty much some of the core features that are kind of nice. And the benefit to buying a vehicle is you can modify it. So obviously we have a snowplow on the truck, and you really can't do that with a leased vehicle. I mean, you probably could do it with the 5.0 F-150 if it's leased, but it's probably not advised. Also, you really can't get, they know that you can't get much of a heavy plow on a 150. You could probably get a light duty plow, but not really anything big for commercial use. And you really want to, you want the right equipment for the job. And in order to get the right equipment, you really need a Super Duty minimum. And if you're going to lease a Super Duty, usually the price of a lease is pretty comparable to the price of the purchase. So you're better off just purchasing the Super Duty at the end of the day. If you're trying to lease one of these, at least in my area, it's essentially going to cost the same amount as purchasing it. So it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But Super Duty, buying is a lot more money, but if it is what you need, then there's no other way to get around it. So if it were really possible to lease this truck for less money, then I would probably do that. But in order to have a Super Duty, you really have to purchase it. So it is what it is. So that's it for the price breakdown on all these trucks. I'm going to take you guys real quick and show you the trucks themselves. Like I said, 430 gears, 4x4, crew cab, short bed. Got this little foam mount right here. Got a full technology package with the 360-degree cameras. It's got a power outlet in the front. Little flush mounted thing here. This holds the phone. The lawn crew uses that to do all the routing. But pretty nice truck. And I do drive this truck pretty much all winter. And I don't need all those features. I actually enjoy having an XL truck. One thing I wish I had is a power seat that goes up and down. I don't mind that it's manual. I just want it to be able to go up and down because I like to sit kind of low, but not a deal breaker. And this is a great truck. I really enjoy having a basic truck. I don't know if maybe my next truck will be a purchase of a F250 that is just an XL, and I use it for everything. We'll see. I'm really interested in maybe doing like a XLT or an XL Super Duty with the Power Stroke. Been thinking about that a lot lately. But the 150, this is a 502A trim package, so it's got the LED lights and all the bells and whistles, memory seats, which is nice when the old lady gets in and drives. The memory seats come in handy. This is like my mobile office. It's real nice. It's got all the features. And when I need to get out of the house, I want to edit a video, or I want to just do my own thing. Sometimes I just need some peace and quiet so I can focus on my work. Maybe do some lawn stuff or some YouTube stuff. This works out real nice. I spend a lot of time in this truck. I actually get a lot of value out of my lease because I don't necessarily just rack up miles. I come pretty close to the miles, and then I spend a ton of time inside of the truck just doing work, doing maybe videos or doing whatever type of computer work. You got a power outlet, it's got internet, everything you need to be a mobile office. So I enjoy this truck. It's also the max tow package, which gives you supposedly it gives you better springs in the rear, and it gives you 36-gallon fuel tank, and gives you that highest level towing, which is like 13,000 pounds or something. So my wife, her truck, XLT, I believe it's about $350 a month, and pretty much special edition XLT's got the color matched seat belts, red stripe seat belts, sport written everywhere, sport gauges on the dash here, they say sport, red stitching all over the place. Looks real nice. Most people who get in it really enjoy the unique sport features. So overall, pretty cool truck. Fun little side note, at Ford I actually installed these seat belts, these red striped seat belts, so that's pretty cool. But pretty cool truck. As far as modifications go, I'll probably go ahead and tint the windows. Being that it's all black, I'll just go ahead and just tint maybe like all the windows so it just look dark. But overall, I really enjoyed this truck. The 270 EcoBoost is great. It's really good for long drives. The 3.5 is the king of power. So yeah, just a quick recap: $350 a month, about $2,000 down. This one $550 a month, about I think I put like $3,000 down. It's been a few years, I don't remember exactly. And this one about $870 a month, and I put down about $2,000 when I got this one. So that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.